Hey, what's up guys? Long time no talk, right? But there's kind of actually a good reason why I've been not posting any videos, and it actually makes sense. There's actually a few good juicy things in here. It gets a little bit weird, but let's jump right into it. So, over the last winter break, I actually went to the Czech Republic of Wales to visit my family. A lot of family was coming across the entire world to, have this huge family thing, and basically just a huge dinner thing and staying there for like a week. So, anyways, I was actually to stay with one of my cousins. We'll call her Ashley for this, and here's kind of what she looks like. Minus is her face, because she'd probably cut off my egg roll if she ever found it out that I'm posting about this. But I probably won't ever see her again, but, it's okay. So, anyways, I actually haven't seen this family for 10 years. It's been so long, and since I was so little, I don't even remember what, all these people look like, right? So, anyways, this family lives, up in the straight-up mountains in, the vintage world, as the hipsters would call it. This place is so vintage that hipsters wouldn't even like it. I mean, there's no internet connection, which totally sucks. But I brought my Xbox, so that was okay. But, anyways, it's so far out in the mountains that the way that their toilet works is you actually, every time you flush, you have to go to the other room, and you have to bring a huge bucket, and you have to refill it up each time. It's kind of annoying, considering I don't know why there's not just a faucet right next to it. It'd make things so much easier, but whatever, it's their house. So, anyways, once I finally get there, there's 50 people here that I've never seen in my family, and Ashley is the only one that I'm actually kind of close to, because she's actually the only one that's my age. She's actually 17, I'm a few years older than her, but everyone else is way too young or way too old. They're like, hey Arnold, dad old. They're way too old, and the little kids are 4 or 5, so the only person I can really talk to is her, because she's actually the only one that can really speak English, and her English is not so great. I mean, she has a little bit of an accent, but I can definitely deal with it. So when I finally get over there, she helps me unpack my stuff and shows me, here's the shower, here's how you have to operate the shower, because everywhere in the world has to have a different shower, right? And so I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Can I plug this in somewhere, by the way? Do you have another TV? And she was like, oh yeah, there's one in my room. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I went to go plug it in, my Xbox, and I was like, oh shoot, the power is different. Why didn't I remember that, everywhere across the world, the power has to be different? So I'm like, oh shoot, I know my parents won't let me, go out to go get, a different power socket, because the adults kind of already started drinking. I'm like, oh, it's fine, I guess I'll go tomorrow. It's fine. So, anyways, so the adults start drinking and all that other good stuff, and we're just sitting there, and there's really nothing to do, and we just started, just small talking about stuff, and eventually she's like, you should go get us something to drink, and I'm like, oh, okay, what do you want to drink? And she pulls me over, and she goes ahead and points to this bottle, and I know that's alcohol. I can't read what it says, but it looks something like this, and I was like, okay, I know that's alcohol. I'm like, well, I know she's 17, and you're not allowed to drink till you're 18 over there, and I was like, well, I mean, it's a party, your parents might not care, but I didn't want to risk getting in trouble, especially since I have to stay there for a week. That's probably not something I want to deal with, so I'm like, I don't think we should. And she goes, please, and then she pushes her tits together and says, there's a lock on my door. I'm like, whoa, is this chick thirsty? Is my cousin thirsty? What is going on here? And then I realized, oh, no. She just meant that she had a lock on the door simply so her parents couldn't just open up the door and catch us drinking. So I was like, oh, okay, right, it's fine. So I was like, oh, it's fine, yeah, I guess I'll be the cool cousin, right? So I went ahead and I just grabbed a bottle of it and 2 cups, and I just went straight back in. I mean, there were so many people there that I pretty much ninja'd my way out there, so it was no problem. But of course, on the way back, I had to bring back some cookies too, because, I'm a fat ass. So anyways, I bring a plate of cookies with me, and then I go ahead and go into her room, and then she's like, oh, I'm so glad you brought me some cookies. I'm like, no, these are my cookies, and I just pull them off to the side. And then she's tickling me, and I'm like, okay, you can have them, gosh. And then so we started, having some cookies. I didn't really care too much about the drink, but I wanted to try it. I had a sampler of it, and it was not very good. So I was like, I'm okay on that. So we just start talking about, what we want to do for our future. And I told her, I'm interested in biomedical engineering for, human augmentations and stuff like that. And she didn't know what I was talking about. I knew she didn't know what I was talking about. And she just kind of laughed. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? And she's like, oh, I want to be a famous Hollywood actress and move to Hollywood. And I was like, oh, that's so generic for other people in countries to be like, I want to move to Hollywood. It's like, oh, but I'm not gonna shatter her dreams. And so I was like, all right, well, let's toast the famous actor Ashley. And then so I poured myself about a shot of whatever it was, and then she had her stuff, and we did cheers, and then, oh my gosh, the stuff tasted so bad. It was like butthole. Not that I know what that tastes like, but it was so awful. And then I made some face and she kind of laughed at it because I can't handle it. But she says after 3 or 4, more shots, I wouldn't taste it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get my Xbox, adapter switch today, so I can't play my Xbox. I was like, you know what, fine, as long as you drink too. And then she was like, okay. So after 3 or 4 shots, my face was completely numb. Like, I could punch myself in the face and I probably wouldn't even feel it. So anyways, we just continued to start drinking, and then, we just talked about the general stuff, like, what kind of food do you like, what are your favorite movies, because over there, they still watch the movies that we have in the US, just because that's just what's popular. And then eventually the conversation dies out, and then I'm like, Ashley, famous Hollywood actress, would you sign my cup? And she was like, yeah, sure. And she said, go ahead and go grab a pen. So she pointed over to her desk, and I walk over there, and I'm about to grab the pen, right? And she literally goes in between my legs and just grabs my dick. And I'm like, whoa, Ashley, this is weird. Like, what are you doing? And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I kind of, like, yelled at her. But, like, that was weird. But, anyways, she's like, oh, just why don't you head and take another shot? And I didn't want to drink. But, like, at the same time, I kind of felt bad because I raised my voice at her. And I didn't want it to get awkward, even though it was already, awkward. So, one shot left to another shot. And eventually, I just guess I fell asleep. And then I woke up and we were both naked and she was on top of me and I was like, am I in a dream? I screamed at that point and then she screamed because she heard me scream, and then her dad opened up the door and I was like, oh shit. She didn't even lock her door. Oh my gosh. So at this point I'm thinking to myself, is her dad, that I can't even talk to because he doesn't really know English, is he going to believe that his daughter decided to get me drunk so she could take advantage of me to the point of me passing out? I don't think so. So my Asian instincts kicked in. So I'm looking around, okay, where do I go? So I looked at the window, I'm like, I'm going for it. So I literally just ran straight for the window. It was like Call of Duty Black Ops status. Just had my elbow pointed right at the window. I was like, Mason, where's the numbers? And I just popped open the window, and then I did a Zelda roll right after that. And I ran straight to the streets. I had to get 4 stitches, if you can see it right there. So there I am in the middle of the street. I'm just running. I'm trying to cover up my arm because it's bleeding, and I'm trying to cover up my private parts. I see this car roll by, and then I whip for it, and then when it came near, the license plate said fresh, and it had dice in the mirror. And if anything, I could say this cab is rare. But then I thought, no, forget it. Yo, Holmes to Bel Air. So obviously the story is fake. I just really wanted to come up with a better excuse than saying I was just playing these games. But anyways, I will be seeing you guys next week. See you guys later. Have a great day. Bye. If you want to check out another video of mine, you can do so by clicking on the screen, or you can click that subscribe button. Okay, thank you, please.